But talk to us, my sister. How can we help you? What's your question today?
It's hard to come up with a question because I am so confused right now and
Okay.
so fearful in
Okay.
with my situation. I lost my job last year, but I had my side hustle, which has been baking. So I've been building that business for a few years. So now I feel like the Lord has thrust me into my baking business and saying, this is it. You do what I've blessed your hands to do. So I'm ready. I'm all in that aspect. But of course it's been hard because I lost my W-2 income.
Okay.
I sold my house in Texas not even a month ago.
Okay.
So I'm sitting on top of about $100,000 and I'm petrified. I don't know if I invest it. I don't know if I am going to have to pay taxes on it. Like I don't have a financial advisor. I missed your last live, so I've been catching up. I've been watching it. I don't have the attorney. I don't have the CPA. I have what the ladies have referred to as a tax preparer who's
Okay.
been doing my taxes for years. And I don't know that everything has been legally, ethically, and morally done.
Okay.
So I'm just in a state of petrification where I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I don't know. Do know I want to invest in an IRA. I'm going to put my top contribution in an IRA for 2023. That's all I know. That's where I am. And so I don't know what to do with this $100,000 or what moves to make or not to make.
Cool. Let me get a bit more information from you before we give you some answers. So, how old are you first, Miss Wilson? Do you mind
I,
saying that?
I don't mind. I'm
Okay.
43.
Okay. 43. All right. Cool. So you're currently unemployed, no W-2 income. Okay.
Correct.
So no W-2 income. How long have you been unemployed?
Since July of 2023.
Okay, so for about 7 months now. All right, so
Mhm.
7 months. Okay, and then this information is well, no. How much money have you been making on your baking business? Are you making money with that?
Not not a lot. It was just a side hustle. So I'm just got to the point where I'm building and trying to get my clientele. So it's nothing substantial by any means. I think just this past year I cleared maybe $4,000.
Okay, so 4,000 on the side hustle. Okay, is it? Are you LLC'd? Are you up and running on that side of things?
I have my LLC, my tax ID. Um, I
Cool.
have insurance. I feel like I got a lot of the entity part of it established.
Great.
Just don't know what moves to make with it. I don't, and my preparer, he wasn't able to give me I went to him a couple years ago. I said, hey, I want to know how to get those tax breaks. I want to know how to
We gonna help
structure
you.
everything. He was like, oh, I can help you with that. I can help you with that.
And he
It's
never
not
helped
been,
you. Yeah, yeah, I got you. We gonna help you today, real quickly. Here, a couple more questions, and we're gonna give you some answers. I'll let Shania come in. How much debt do you currently have? Consumer debt outside of well, you don't have a mortgage anymore. You sold your house. So how much consumer debt do you have?
I don't have any debt right now because I used a portion of the money I got from the sale of my house to pay off my credit cards, loan, everything.
Zero debt. Okay, cool. You have any children?
I have one son.
One son. Okay, I like that. She got her a young man growing up. All right, cool. And last question: are you trying to get back into a W-2 job, or do you really want to pursue your baking business full time?
That's a great question. There's a fear of not having a W-2 that sometimes I'm like, you should probably do that or for the tax side of it. But then also, I do want to grow my business.
Yeah.
I feel, and again, I feel like that was God's way of telling me, hey, you've been wanting to do more in this business. Here's your chance.
Cool.
So I don't want to mess that up spiritually either.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm gonna let Shanae come in, and then I'll come in and give you some of my thoughts. I think that we need to figure out what do you need to do with legally from the tax part of the $100,000. That's gonna be very important because I sold a house with Shanae, and we had to do some things with the proceeds of that for taxes. So, Shanae, what's your professional thoughts on that?
Yeah, so in regards to the home that you sold, the other question that I would ask is how long did you have that home? And then how long did you live in that property in regards to it being a primary residence for you?
I purchased the home in 2008. So what's that? 16 years?
Okay,
Oh yeah,
perfect.
yeah, yeah.
How long have you lived there, like as your primary residence?
It was my primary residence for 12 years. No,
Okay.
13 years.
And then was it your primary residence for at least 3 out of the last 5 years?
Just right, exactly. That time, that was one of the questions they asked me in my when I sold it. But yes, it was right there. It was that month.
Okay, perfect. So actually, so long as you were there for at least 2 out of the last 5 years, you're gonna qualify for the permanent residence. So the reason why I'm asking you this is because in terms of the gain that you received on the sale of your home, you actually do qualify for the homeowner's exclusion, meaning that you get to avoid paying any taxes on the gain as long as that does not exceed $250,000. So as long as you lived there 2 out of the last 5 years and the gain wasn't more than 250K, you don't have to worry about paying any taxes on that. So that's great. And just for everyone else to know, that doubles when you're married. And that's kind of like what's cool about marriage. Imagine you guys sell your primary residence and now you get to exclude a gain of $500,000 just because you were married. And because, again, the tax code, I always tell my clients, it favors individuals that invest in real estate and in business. So you, my dear Miss Wilson, you are able to go ahead and don't have to worry about paying any taxes on that gain. So that's great. Now, in regards to what you should do with that income, I also say like when you think about building wealth, you want to look at it. I'm going to diversify how you spread it, right? So if you're thinking about, okay, what do 100K? Should I put this all in retirement? Should I put this all in my business? Should I put this all here? The answer is going to be let's diversify that, right? So this is why again you want to sit down with myself and Jadeka, maybe both, and like derive a plan that makes sense. Okay, if we don't have any consumer debt, great. So if we still have 100K to play with, let's think about what can we do to set yourself up for greatness. So that can be number one, getting started with investing in your business. So setting aside a budget for that. One thing that I would do if you were a client of FOLA is think about, okay, you said you made $4,000. Well, what type of energy and effort did it take to make that 4K? And how can we go from a 4K year to a 4K month? And let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
That data. That 4K meant that you sold, 100 cakes, and to sell those 100 cakes, you went to 3 different showcases to, show your product off, etc. But you want to think about, what did it take as an effort to make that 4K? And even if we don't make a 4K month, let's still derive it as a plan, because even if you get the 2K month, that's still you on track to get into those 4K months, those 10K months, and getting on track to the point where rather than being scared of not having a W-2, we want our business to be so strong that we can confidently pay ourselves a W-2 from our business. However, in the meantime, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing both as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a great friend. She's a very successful baker right now. And she actually started off her baking business by being in she was an employee for 5-star restaurants, specifically doing culinary, like doing the baking stuff, right? And she was able to get again secure W-2 income because it was a restaurant. She was only working maybe 3-4 days a week. However, she was growing her business at the same time, but more importantly learning at the same time from experienced 5-star chefs that been baking, at this level for a long period of time. So never look at a job as okay, it's just for the W-2. Align yourself to the point where it's yes, it's for income, but it's also for knowledge and for growth. Because those skills that you learn from being employed can attribute to your success in entrepreneurship. So a little bit about my background. I worked for a Big Four accounting firm. I didn't just start full of financial with okay, I just want to be an accountant. I worked for a Big Four accounting firm, actually the one that's number one in the world right now. And I took knowledge, right? I talked to the partners, I asked them questions that had nothing to do with my work just to learn, because I always had the thoughts of, well, if they're managing these, $200 trillion funds for these clients and these $2 billion businesses, I want to be able to take those same skills and strategies and use them for small businesses and help empower my community. So even when I did have a W-2 income, I was still learning what I needed to do to prepare me to be an entrepreneur. So as I said before, I do believe that for you, it'll be starting with a plan. You are blessed to be in such a great position right now, to the point that you can derive a plan where we can actually do a few of these things at the same time. And again, see what works. We may have both a W-2 and a business, and then, okay, let's see which one hit more. We don't know. Because it gets to a point where you can grow in your career and also grow your business to the point where you can have staff and really do both. And now multiply your wealth by having diverse streams of income and also job security in different directions as well.
Man, I love it. I love it. Now, Ms. Wilson, write this down. I want you to use some of your $100,000 to invest into a consultation with Shania and with Njadeka, right? You can go to, we'll put it inside of the chat. I think Michelle's putting it inside, or you can get a link, because if you use my link, you get a little discount, you know what I mean? So I'm going to say that, but I want to give you just three simple things, and then they can break this down more for you into detail. Number one, I want you to put at least 3 months of for an example, how much does it cost you to live right now? 3 months. Like, if for 1 month, how much money do you need a month to live? For rent, child care, utilities, you name it. Just on average, just give me a ballpark average.
I am very blessed in that area too, because I am married. So
Okay,
are
great.
you meaning like if for some reason he lost his job, the
Yes.
total?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, what would you say ballpark real quick?
3 months, I'm gonna say 15,000.
15,000. All right, cool, great. Do y'all have $15,000 in the savings account right now outside of the 100,000?
No,
Okay,
we
cool,
do not.
great. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to move 20,000 and put it inside of a high yielded savings account. Okay, so that's gonna leave you with $80,000 left. So you're gonna put $20,000 in the high yield savings account. You guys are not gonna touch that. Then you're going to invest into your business. Investing into your business means I want you to invest into whatever. I don't know the cooking industry. I don't know the baking industry, so I don't want to give the wrong advice there, right? But I do want you to invest. Is there a course that you could take on how to market your cooking business? I think you should even tap into, someone like a Jasmine Star, who can show you how you can go online and utilize online, and how you could be teaching people how to baking. See, and I got to keep my answer to a minute less, because we got to get to the next person, right? But I don't want you to be so focused on just baking. But while you're baking, how can you teach other people how to bake as well and turn that into good food? You may not be able to teach them how to start a baking business because you're learning the business side of things, but you can teach them how to bake. You can give out baking recipes. You can give out baking stuff. And now that goes back to what Shanae was saying. How do we go from $4,000 a year to $4,000 a month instantly? And you can do that by baking while selling as well. But you can also teach them how to bake a cake, how to bake some cupcakes, how to bake some cookies. Because Liz, I'm telling you this right now. Okay, every woman know you a married woman. The way to a man's heart in his pockets is in his stomach. So if you can teach these ladies how to cook, you're going to get you a good one. And here's number 3, invest into more wealth. Like, use your money. One of the key things that people don't understand is that it's the power of compound interest. And if you can get with Njadeka and say, hey, listen, I'm comfortable to give you $25,000. Where can we start with $25,000 just to invest? And then you come up with a strategy now on how to, now you're putting in $25,000. You said this, and I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna bring up the next person. You said you have a child. How old is your son?
He's 11.
He's 11. Okay, cool. Do you have a 529 for him yet?
I do not.
Do you have okay, cool, great. There's so many different things that you can get to, right? I want you to get with Njadeka, and I want you to open up not a retirement account. What's that? UPMA? Yeah. I want you to look into that, or a 529. Get with Njadeka and see what's the best plan. 529 may be a little bit late, but maybe the UPMA is a good one, because it's like you should be positioning yourself now to give your child something. And why? If you could give your child, let's say, $10,000 to go towards college at the end of the when he graduates high school, why not start putting that money now and get free money? Get free interest. And so those are the 4 things I would tell you to do right now. And I'm gonna close with this. Do not be fearful of the season God has you in right now. Maximize the season that you have right now. And you maximize that by continue working with me on my show and learning and growing and evolving. Then also, you need to set up a time to where you and your husband can sit down with Shania and go through the tax strategy for this year, right? And then sit down with Njadeka and get your wealth building strategy for this year. And so we're gonna put our information in show notes. Thank you so much, Ms. Wilson, for coming on and rocking with me. I mean, you're absolutely amazing, y'all.